Welcome to part 3 of the Amico Picture Perfect image development process videos, where we're going to train you to make sure you're very able to prototype and create picture perfect imagery files that are true to manufacturing as much as possible for your rendering and development process. So for this third part, we're going to talk about inverting images, selecting colors and material finishes to make sure your images read the way you want them to. This project here out in California was a great project where you see that tree image that is backlit, and the end effect here from a paragraphic standpoint is that the black parts of your image that you put into paragraphic were ultimately turned into circular holes. But in this case here, the circular holes are actually that negative part. So in order to achieve an image like this that is backlit or has a very light background to it, what you would need to do is in Photoshop invert the image and then run through the process. Now, to visualize that into paragraphic, you have a couple of options here, and I went ahead and took that same artboard that we created previously, and I drew a rectangle using this tool here where my cursor is, and then moved it to the very bottom of the layer tree over here. So it's now a background image. And the reason this part of the visualization process is helpful is so you can start to understand your material selection color in relationship to that background image. So let's say, for instance, you were planning to backlight the image, so the holes would actually have a bright white color coming through them, and then you can select that rectangle, that background color, to reflect that properly. So let's say you wanted to change that and said, well, maybe you're not going to go with that. So what you do is select the circle layer here and go to your fill, and then you would change that back to a dark color. And now I'm going to hit enter. And you noticed all the holes now changed to a dark color representing, let's say, whatever was behind your perforated metal panel was dark. But now you kind of have a low contrast situation where you're not really reading the holes really well. And so now you may want to consider using a different powder coat color to make sure that your texture is reading the way you want it to. So now to kind of visualize and change that, you'll select the rectangle feature over here, and then come over here, click on the color selection area, and now you can start to explore whatever colors are appropriate for your design to get that contrast and visualization that you need. And then I'm going to hit the enter button and click over here, and now you have a reasonable representation, so you can kind of understand your decisions in terms of the contrast of the background and the foreground. And that's about it. These three parts are everything you probably need to know to start to visualize a picture perfect project.